On 7 Up Front tonight, restricting the emergency powers of the governor of the state of Michigan. The Republican-controlled House this week voted to adopt a petition to repeal the act that granted expanded powers to the governor, powers she used throughout much of the pandemic. Joining me tonight is State Representative Doug Wozniak of District 36 in Macomb County. Representative Wozniak, thank you for your time.
Thank you, David. Glad to be here.
Let's start with your take on repealing the emergency powers law.
The emergency powers law was enacted in 1945 because of riots. The 1945 law allowed the governor to make emergency decisions, but be unchecked by any other branch of the government for an unlimited amount of time. A 1976 law followed up that said, we'll limit that time period to 28 days, wherein the governor has to go back and confer with the legislature, agree on a system to go forward, and then after that, go forward with whatever her ideas or his ideas would be at that time.
Now, the Michigan Supreme Court ruled last October that law was unconstitutional. So why was the vote in the State House even necessary on this?
Right. Even though the Supreme Court found it was a 4-3 decision, but it was an unlawful delegation of a legislative power to the executive branch. So we had to make sure that it came off the books of the statute so that it couldn't be used again.
Now, pushback against the governor's COVID restrictions began almost immediately. How much of this petition drive that ultimately led to this was about policy versus politics of the pandemic and the governor?
You know, I think, David, that's a good question because I think they're two separate issues. The pandemic issues need to be dealt with. And I think that a government with all the branches working for it would be better than a unilateral decision by one person. The Emergency Powers Act that the governor used was to change the rules such that the legislature couldn't be involved in those decisions. And what happened was that we had a unilateral rule coming out of one person for the whole state. Now, to me, that didn't make sense. And when we had to go to using the Unlock Michigan, I think it was totally unnecessary. We could have agreed on things to get things done to begin with. 540,000 people signed up on that petition. 460,000 were validated, but we only needed 340,000. So it showed that there was a mandate that people wanted the government to be involved in making those decisions and not just one person.
And you mentioned Unlock Michigan, and this began as a petition drive. Might we see other efforts like this, given the lack of cooperative spirit between those of you in the legislature and this governor?
You know, I think a lot of that will be up to the governor. We're not to try and stifle anything that she's doing. I think some of the things that she has done were constructive during that time period, but that's not to say that she couldn't have done it with us. She could have done it with us, and we would have had a spirit of cooperation throughout the state, so we didn't have this dichotomy of thought or the disparity of what should be done. I think would have eliminated a lot of argument by all the residents in the state saying, okay, the government's got this, they can agree to it, let's do it.
We'll leave it there tonight. State Representative Wozniak, we appreciate your time on this issue. We'll look forward to speaking again.
Great. Thanks, Dave.